What's good, everyone? RagingYoshi here with another episode of Hex Road to Cosmic. Alright, this episode we are going to be playing our blue-red McBombus Aggro. So this is one of the decks that I first showed off on here, but it was a more budget version. I did not have Runebinds or Transmogrifades at the time, and that was also prior to the banning of Lasgar's Vengeance. So with the banning of Lasgar's Vengeance, I put a second copy of Silver Talon Mandate into my main board. And then I've also messed around with my sideboard a bit. We have 2 Dread Ends, 2 Pyre Strikes, 2 Confronting Ires. We have the rest of the place of the Runebinds. And we also put... Oh, no, Burning Ire was already in there. What am I talking about? So we're going to give this a try and see how it does in the ladder. Where are we sitting at right now? I think we're at Gold 2. We're almost at Plat. Doing really good right now. So, let us jump in. We are trying to do a bit more brewing with a few decks and such. But until then, we still have the 3 that we currently have. And I'm hoping that this video goes pretty well. I might do a lot more videos with the Candles deck later, because that Candles deck, I was having a lot of fun. Just the Haymakers in that deck felt so good. But without Lasgar's Vengeance, this deck loses a bit of its ability to put a good, like, finishing punch in. But I hope that it's not as bad as I'm like picturing it being. 2 Runebinds in the main give us a nice flex slot against a lot of decks. And then 4 Transmogrifades are super duper good. Although I think Evaporate would still be good in this deck. But that's just me thinking off the top of my head. It feels like the first game we try to hop into always takes a little while. But then after that first game, we're good. Alright, finally. Woo! Yeah, let's see. Do we win the coin toss? Yes, we did. We won the coin toss. Oh, wait. That's not good. We're going first, obviously. This looks... Okay, this hand is an unkeepable hand. So replace it for a 6. This hand is also kind of unkeepable. Ice... Sure. We'll make it work. This could be really bad considering what we're up against. I honestly don't think we have much of a chance of winning this game 1 looking at it. From the looks of it, we're going to be up against... Okay, no, I was thinking we were going to be up against the Mono Sapphire decks. Which I actually really like those decks, and I do want to build that. Alright, they went Guidance on 1, which is good. We got a resource into a resource. Get us a Ruby. So we have Ruby and Sapphire Thresholds online, and we can end on that. We could run out the Flickering Goblin, but it just dies after hitting for 3, which I think that's a complete and total waste of it. I always call it Flickering Goblins, Flickering Gobbler. So we don't draw into a resource, unfortunately. I'm going to just kind of sit on this hand. We have the Transmogrifade. We can use that to deal with anything too problematic. Blood, Sapphire, Diamond. Alright, 3rd resource, pretty good. Alright, so let's run out of Flickering Gobbler. Alright, my opponent is going to turn it into a Dingle. That's more than a bit annoying. We can later get a Flickering Gobbler back, depending on how I want to handle it. So, I guess what I'll do is... I want to keep this turn somewhat aggressive, so we're going to throw a Cremate at our opponent's face. Get a 1-1. And move to combat and swing in with our 1-1. We want to try to start getting aggressively slanted. Freaking Dingler. I'm so mad. My Flickering Gobbler wasn't even that cool looking of a thing to begin with, and then we get that. I think my opponent's probably Fate Weaving a resource. guaranteeing the resource drop return. They're gonna get another threshold. Alright, let's see. So I'm gonna play out my warp steel. And I think we'll just sit on there. Okay, that has gladiator. So let us poke in with our flyer once again. Actually, I could have combat training, but they have 3 resources open, so I don't want to waste it just in case my opponent's waiting for me to do that. Alright, opponent goes with Flow Shard. Clash of Steel, okay. If I'm going to Clash of Steel, I think I want to keep my Warp Steel Shadowborn right now. Yeah, end turn. Play resource out. Let's try to just go for a reasonably sized hit right now. Continue to combat. I was gonna actually run out the cremate too, but we'll hold it back and we'll just hit him for 3. Alright, gets our combat training back. We had a very mediocre hand, and the fact that we're doing this well right now is pretty interesting. So our opponent really doesn't have much going on for them. End our opponent's turn. We draw into a Consult of Talons, which is pretty dead in our hand. Let's combat training our dude, and we'll just swing for 4 with this. We don't want to get too cute right now. Oh, Into the Unknown. Lovely. And Into the Unknown, this card's actually really good in control builds. It puts the card back into our hand, and it transforms that and all copies of it in our hand and deck into a new card with the same shards. So we now have Throwback. Target troop gets -1 for each, and it gets -1 attack and put back into its controller's hand. That actually really sucks. I really would have really liked to, you know, have actually had my dude. Silver Talon Adjudicator. Ugh, that's annoying. Because he's going to gain 5 life and draw 2 cards. Okay. Ends our opponent's turn. Hey, look! There's another one of our dudes. Okay. I can actually work with that. So we'll play out a Dorko. And I think we're also going to kill this Silver Talon. We're gonna give ourselves a good amount of time in this game. So killing the Silver Talon makes it so that it can't start swinging at our face. Truthfully, they can play another Silver Talon, but it won't draw them cards. Silver Talon's really... What the hell are you? Sacrificing... Okay, wait. It's a 6/6. Oh, he sacks a troop, it gains flight, or it gains life drain. And while it's in its crypt, he can sacrifice a troop to put it back into his hand. Oh, that doesn't sound fun. I'm gonna throw it back. Alright. Let's see. And the opponent's turn. Line of Paw Sight. I think we have no reason not to run this out because we need cards right now. Continue to combat. We're gonna swing with our 0/3 because when it untaps, it'll gain +2 and flight. Sure, you can run that guy back out. Plays another Blood Shard. 4 cards remaining in his hand. Arcane Focus. We're definitely going to run this one out. Draws us a card. And... I think I want the Shard. Play the Shard. The Shard will draw us a card as well. And we have another one of these. So if we draw into a troop, the troop will give us some damage. Alright, run that guy in. Hit for 2 points of damage, and we'll end. This is a 6 drop, so transmogrifating this isn't really super good. I'd really like to draw one of my 2 copies of Runebind right now into this guy. Like, we're doing our best to keep the tempo advantage in our favor, but this is really rough. And he plays another Silver Talon. Always good. We can kill it with the Cremate, so it's not that big of a deal. Continue, sure. Let's transmogrifate it and hope for the best. Hope for the best. I said hope for the best, damn it! Hey, let's go. That's actually really fucking good. Holy shit. Oh my god. Alright, let's Arcane Focus. What are we gonna get a look at? I think I'll take the Shard because we can play the Shard, boop his bird, we can create a Dorko, and my opponent has 3 cards in hand. I can draw cards and try to set up for a following turn, or I can swing in for 3 damage. I think drawing cards is the better decision right now. What? I don't understand what's going on. I'm like really confused. What? So wait, did my opponent just like DC or scoop or something? I'm so confused. We're gonna switch our sleeve up. Actually, I want to use that one. Error saving. I think there just isn't a match left, and my opponent's just gone. So I'm gonna let this time out because I don't want to forfeit and get treated as a loss against me. But I guess we'll go to reserving. Cut the transmographates because even though that was really good, being all honest, that was really lucky. We'll grab 2 of these to deal with his bigger nerds. And I think cutting transmogrifates completely in that matchup is fine. I think this is just happening because my opponent just bounced a Renode. That's a thing, I guess. I'm a little upset because that was a really interesting match, and I was really set to try to grind it out. I think this deck was at one point more of a combo deck, but now it's being treated more as a grindy deck. Just do that. Yeah, no, we went up to gold 1. I guess our opponent just DC'd or left. I don't know. That was weird. Let us play another one. We are chilling at gold 1. If we win this one, it will put us at plat, I believe. So let's go. Keeping these fingers crossed. Doing reasonably well. Yeah. As I just sit here and wait for us to get a game now. It's okay, though. At this point, I'm just being super duper patient. So let us hope for the best. Because we are probably within 1 or 2 games of hitting Plat, which is really good. Plat will be the highest I'll been, and I'll be like within striking distance of Cosmic at that point. Boys, we're almost there. We're almost there, boys. I'll be honest, I brew in Hex, but I don't know the sets very well. So I'm very much going off other decks I see and making adjustments as I go. But this blue-red Sapphire Ruby deck that I'm playing, it feels like I have to switch it to a much more grindy deck with an aggro slant, which I don't mind that idea of that, because in playing Magic, I played Modern Grixis Delver, which is a grindy, control-y deck with an aggro slant. But to do that, I need to very much get a better look at the format, and I probably need to start main decking better, like, kill cards. Because the only thing I have that really kills anything is Cremate, and then I also have, Transmogrifates. Alright, we got a match, Alright, we are not lucky, but that is A-okay. Looking at our opponent's champion, 5 shards, put top card of our deck into their hand and it becomes a blood. Alright. That normal Ruby just made this hand keepable. Without that, this hand was complete and utter garbage. So we go Ruby, so we're gonna draw, we get to go Ruby Shard into Well of Innovation. Hopefully we draw another shard. We did not. That's fine. On turn 2, we'll have a chance to Arcane Focus to search for a shard. 3, we can Cremate into a Flickering Gobbler into my power so long as Arcane Focus hits me a shard. Although, to be fair, I'm making a lot of assumptions that I'm actually hitting, like, a friggin', a not slow shard. Alright, we hit a Sapphire Shard. We have no more double red cards in this deck, so we can just go straight Sapphires from here on. I think I want to Arcane Focus right now. See what I draw into. I think I want the Warp Steel Shadowborn, because on 3 resources, that's pretty reasonable for this deck. Holding up a Runebind in case our opponent does something actually scary. I don't think they will, but on turn 3s can be pretty dangerous. To be fair, that might be the Magic player in me talking. Okay, so Bride of the Damned. That's really rough. So, how do I want to respond to that? I can Runebind her and delay her to get my aggressive turn next turn, although my aggressive threats go over her. I think I will Runebind this for now. I don't want this on the board just yet. I want to delay this as long as possible. Although, inside, I'll have better ways to handle her. Post side. Probably, the Runebinds are probably going to come out games 2 and 3. So, what we'll do is we'll Flickering Gobbler into a Sapphire Shard. Combat Training on my Flickering Gobbler. I'll use our Champ Power. And this will allow us to crack in for 5 points of damage. So, really good 5 points of damage. Flickering Gobbler is going to come back to my hand. No resource for you. I am A-okay with that. Another shard, so we'll play a shard out. How aggressive do we want to be right here? I think we want to be moderately conservative. So, I'm going to Combat Training on that. And we'll run out of Warp Steel. Continue. And swing for 2. So, based on what our opponent does next turn, we can get a massive swing. Is my opponent like tight on resources? Fuck it, YOLO. I'm gonna go for it. Let's Alpha Strike the fuck out of them. Wow. Scars of War? What the fuck? I didn't know that was a card. Okay, so double red. I had to be careful. He wanted to wait for me to try to overextend. Which, to be fair, that's my own fault. He's still not drawing that fourth resource he needs, though. I should have played that conservatively. I tried to go for like a really big strike because that would have been 2. Which gem is this? That would have been 2, 3, 8, 11, 13, 14 damage. That was too cute. Steal intel. Put target card from Poe's Crypton to his hand. Oh, okay, that's not good. So my opponent's gonna try to beat me with my own dude. Yo, you need to calm that shit down, opponent. All right, we're gonna Ruby Ice for a non-resource. Actually, no. We want. This is so bad now. My opponent killed my dudes and took my guy. What did he take now? He took my combat training. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is not buena. This is definitely not buena. We actually need that right now. Grab this. This is actually a big deal that I got this. Fuck you and your bad draws. We're taking that shit from you. He's probably gonna try to run out the Flickering Gobbler now. That Arcane Focus came in clutch because that was about to be really bad. Fucking Reiner. Wow. Okay. Primordial Sabretooth. Reveals it from his hand. It deals 5 damage to something for 2 resources. Alright. Play that. We'll also play a Lanapaw's Sight. Because we need to draw cards. Our opponent is stuck on the resources. They're still stuck on the resources. Jesus, took you long enough to get something to play a damn bride. Like, holy shit. Yeah, give a thing -2, Sure. Go ahead. Okay, my opponent's not being super greedy. We'll do this before combat, so that... Okay, they didn't even get a trip out of it. He's also one more trip. Okay. Alright, we now need a way to deal with that bride. Fucking sure, dude. Sure. That wasn't gonna kill your dude, but okay. Non-resource, thank you very much. No. We are going to do that because we're going to get this shit the fuck out of my graveyard because we now know they are playing Steal Intel. Alright. So whatever action... We have action in our deck that is prophesized. We also have a creature that's prophesized. You know what? Okay, that's not good. Alright, end of turn. Thanks, game. Okay. I overextended super hard, though. If I lose this game, it's completely my fault, because I punted this. I had no reason to overextend like that. Wow, oh. They can get my... Oh, that's not good. They can get my prophesized card. Oh, candlelight. That's fun. Alright. Show me potato salad. Okay. It's pretty good. Alright, go. Go, opponent. Oh, wow, this is pretty bad, because he can if he prophesizes a card and they get it. Well, it looks like they got one of my ices. That's at least. I feel like we're about to get run out of this game. This card's a fucking problem. I don't know if there's anything we can do about this game at this point. I might just call this one a loss, because we're sitting on nothing in hand and there's nothing we can really do. Yeah, no. We're not going to out-advantage them at this point. We're just too far behind in that board state. Let's see. Burning Ire for whatever troops they do play. Confunding Ire, because that's really good. We'll grab Ruin Binds. Thunderfield Seer feels pretty medium. Landapaw's Sight feels a little bad as well. I like the Silver Talon Mandate. I'm going to drop 2 Transmographates because they just don't feel as good in this matchup. And I think I'll drop an Arcane Focus. It might be correct to drop all the Thunderfield Seers. I honestly don't know. I want this one. I want this one. I want my decks to all have different sleeves. I want that one. It realistically might be very right to get rid of all the Thunderfield Series. We could have very easily won that game, though. We made a misplay that literally tanked it for us. We tried to go too hard. I think it wouldn't have been as bad if we didn't try to run everything out. I think that's where we really went wrong. Hands, not the best, but for resources, so long as we see a ruby with this, we are A-okay. Seek Fortune. It sucks that I kind of do need to use that to see a resource, because I just need to get my first ruby. Once I get my first ruby, we're online. I have to be aware of Scars of War, because I guess that card's really good. Wow. So this isn't good. Ladies and gentlemen, we might be getting run out of this game fairly quickly. Wow. That's definitely not cool. Alright, depending on what they play on this turn, we're going to Transmografate at the end of the turn, Silver Talon Mandate into my turn. When an opponent draws a card, deal. Wow, that's a really shitty card. Oh, look at that Binding Ire. It's so good. So we're just gonna take damage the longer this game goes on. Okay. So we're gonna Silver Talon Mandate. I need to play an action this turn to get that effect, so that's fine. But we got our Ruby, which is good. Any creature my opponent plays, because their stuff seems to be all blood, we can just put that out. We might be able to grind our opponent out of the game before this game goes too badly. Let's see. Going to... No. Scars of War is a card. Combat Training a bird. Continue to combat. Attack with everything. Play a resource. End turn. Massacre is also a card. That's annoying. That would have been nice to actually have my Silver Talon get its counters from that, but whatever. Okay. The problem with these draw cards is they can very easily kill me. Alright. Play a resource for turn. Continue to combat. Swing in for 5. And back to my hand it goes. Alright. We're in an okay spot. We're not in a terrible spot. We just need to very much keep grinding this out. Bride of the Damned. Yes. Play your Bride of the Damned. Play your other guy too. You know what? That's fine. I'm actually A-okay with that. You see? And this is why this is more dangerous, because it weakens my guys as they enter. Play this. Play that. Play a combat training. Continue to combat. F4 for 8 damage. And end. Yes! Okay. That game went well. The Burning Ire was really good. We didn't see the Confunding Ire. I'm actually really glad that we lowered ourselves on the copies of a bunch of our cards. We're just trying to be careful at this point. Make sure we don't overextend into stupid shit. Because honestly, that was my fault completely. I overextended in a situation where I had no reason to. Keep this hand. This hand's a little cheeky, but this hand on 3 is really powerful. So, opponent's our turn. We're going to resource. So, we're going to play the same game we played last time and hoping we hit a Ruby. But luckily, we have Consult the Talons, which is a really powerful redraw for me. Ruby Shard into your dumb Dorko. Cool. I don't want to play my guys now. That's actually really relevant. Okay. On 3, I can get rid of it. Actually, no, I can get rid of it now. Do I want to get rid of it now, or do I want to wait till on 3? Is this a quick action? It is. We'll wait. We'll probably do this during my opponent's turn. Just because that thing's a problem that I really don't want floating around. Yeah, no. Fuck you. Fuck you and everything you stand for. Sorry. I don't. I'm trying to cut back on cursing and stuff, but just know that card is not nice in any definition of the word. So Warp Steel and pass. We got a Swift Straight guy, which is really good. Next turn, what I can do is I can consult the Talons before and draw cards, or I can play a guy out, consult. It'll use the same amount of mana. I think I want to play the guy out first, because what I'll do is I'll tap these 3 down and consult the Talon, leaving me with my guy who gets bigger, free to attack. Drawing cards, yeah. And then we'll make him even bigger. And then we'll go to combat and just crack in for 4. Don't want to overextend too hard, because cards like Scars of War and Massacre exist. Hey, look! Who remembers when I said cards like Scars of War and Massacre exist? I do. Oh my god, are we gonna see all the Warp Steel Shadowborns this game? Flickering Gobbler. I'm going to run out 1 Warp Steel. And then we're gonna consult the Talons on our Gobbler. Consult the Talons. Arcane. Combat Training, because I know what my cards' names are. Combat. Kraken for 5. I just want these guys on board. This will come back to my hand. If my opponent does anything too concerning, we're not running the Flickering Gobbler back out. Like this, passing on nothing, passing with 5 resources up. We're not going to run the Flickering Gobbler back out. Resource. I'll overextend slightly, but my opponent seems to be very aware of what my deck's capable of doing. So what I'll do is we'll overextend like this. Make something big enough that my opponent's going to feel Illusion of Choice. Take that. Put a field out big enough that my opponent feels obligated to respond to it. If they have anything, of course. It could very well just be that they don't have anything. Scars of War. Okay, I expected something like that. Luckily, my one dude, big enough to survive Scars of War. However, I believe the damage doesn't heal this turn, so he'll just die from it anyway when he shrinks, which is unfortunate. All right, end our opponent's turn. We'll play a Warp Steel, and we'll play a resource, and we'll end this turn. We keep getting the mill guy. I would actually love to get 2 buff every time I play an action, guys. My opponent's on 6 resources. He's also on his champ power, so he might try to Bride of the Damned. Oh, wait, wrong champion. Jesus. I'm thinking this is a different champion. My opponent's sitting on 6 cards in hand. What did they take from me? Primordial Sabertooth? Sure. I mean, it's smart for them to take that thing out. They still have 4 resources, so they can probably muster up some pretty aggressive attacks. Ooh. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna calm our tits and chill for a bit. Put our opponent to 8. If I can get my opponent to think, sure, when I draw a card, I take 1 point of damage. I'm at 22. I'm not even afraid. My opponent has 3 cards in hand. I don't trust them, though. That's the problem here. I don't trust my opponent. What I can do this turn is consult the Talons for 5. This will draw me 3 cards. I'll take 3 points of damage, go to 18. I'm not too stressed out by that. I'll take the points of damage on that. This! Oh wait, no. Because a lot of the cards they're using to fuck me are Ruby cards. We'll run one of these Flickering Gobblers out. Combat. My opponent now knows I have 2 Flickering Gobblers in hand. No! Alright. We're gonna save the day! We're gonna save the day! Because that's a beating if that resolved. Oh. At the start of your turn, create a random action that meets threshold. You meet the threshold requirements to play. My opponent's down to 1 resource in hand. I think we just killed them. Okay. Oh, that's a nice life tool you have, opponent. Be a shame if something happened to it. He got a rune bind from me. But it makes it a blood card, so... Bow! Okay. That could have very easily been a clean 2-0. Oh! We're just short. This means we gotta play another. This means we have to play at least one more. Which I was already planning on playing one more. Okay. Small misplay on my part the first game, but games 2 and 3 were much better. Game 1... Wait, I think game 1 I was on the maul to 5 as well? So the fact that we were playing that well was pretty impressive. Still, reasonable play game 3. That rune binding to protect my Dorko's in hand. Oh god. I'm not gonna lie, my heart fucking stopped because that was a blowout if that resolved. God, because Hero Fall, when it kills the thing, it voids all other copies of that card in your hand and deck. So I would have lost my 1 right there, and the 2 in my hand, and I think 1 remaining in my deck would have all went into my the void. And I don't want that. No, we didn't want that. God. Shit's fucking scary, man. I'm good though. Talk about heads up play though, because that was fucking scary if I didn't do anything. So this is match 3 I've played, or is this match? I think this is match 3. Yeah, this is match 3 because I started at gold 2. 1 wanted to put me to gold 1. Won that one. We're versus Franco combo. Okay, this could be interesting. I think this is a good matchup for them, not for us. Hand is reasonable. We will keep. Alright, so Ruby, we go Sapphire on 2. Arcane Focus to dig for something. We want to dig for our 3rd resource. So long as it's not a slow resource, we land upon sight into Dorko. Alright. Starting with a Wild Shard. Okay, this is a different deck than what I play. 1-1 lethal. Huh. This game has 1-1 Death Touchers. That's cool. We draw into a Ruby Ice, so I'm going to run this out instead. I'm actually going to seek Fortune because to play my Silver Talon Mandate or my Consult the Talons, I need a 2nd blue. This gives me 1 blue, and I need 1 more. By the way, lethal kills you in 1 hit. It seems like a mono green Furiko deck. Okay, he's gonna ramp with that thing. That's a little terrifying. My opponent's trying to do something cheeky. I just don't know what. So, you know what? I think I'm right to be slightly terrified. As we hit another red source. Thank you, deck. Thank you. Just what I needed. I could have probably tried to push through more damage by arcane focusing to trigger this into combat training. But I'd rather do this. Because the Lana Plus site's going to build us more advantage. We're going to draw a card. It's going to have the prophecy mechanic on it. Mono green Franco. Command prompt. Oh, that's no buena, because that's a smack to the face. Okay, that's not good. We need to find a way to beat that. All right, so we got a sapphire. So since we have a sapphire, Runebind, that's pretty good. And we're going to Silver Talon Mandate, put out some Dorkos. I think I'm going to swing with my 1/1 and save these guys for some chumps. So what we need is we needed the Runebind, or we need a, what's it called for this? This has lethal, so I don't mind throwing this in front of there to just get rid of that. Whoa! That is most certainly not okay. What the fuck am I playing against? Okay. Those doesn't want that to get more things on it. Jesus. The thing we go for is this piece of shit right here. He attacks the thing I want to block and nothing else. That's an interesting opponent. Yeah, I lose both my Dorkos, I know. But you attacked the thing that I think is a big enough problem that I needed to block immediately. Okay, if this game keeps going on like this, okay, the question here is, how do we secure that we don't die? I guess we resource into Lanapaw's site for some draws, Runebinding the biggest threat next turn. We're at 15. I don't think we're quite in danger of dying. I think the most important thing for us to get rid of is the Crocosaur. That seems a reasonable thought line to me, but I'm not sure. I'm assuming my opponent's alpha striking. Okay. So if I Runebind this, Crocosaur goes down to a 5. He loses 4 points of damage if I do it this way. So I think that's what I want to do. So we're going... Actually, no, he loses 9 points of damage on me if I do it this way, opposed to only losing 7. So I think... Okay! Don't know what my opponent was planning there. We're gonna run out the Thunderfield Seer because we draw 2 cards off of it. Run out a second Thunderfield Seer. we're gonna play this Consult the Talons on for 3. That's all my resources. We're looking for a lot of things. And now we're gonna play a resource for turn. Play a Flying Dorko. And I think we can sit on this. 7 in hand, we have our Flying Dorko. Yeah. I'm okay with this. My opponent lullabied and fucked themselves because they did no damage to me. I can rune bind the commander prompt at any time, so I'm not stressing out. Okay. We need to very carefully think about how we're going to do this. What cards... Is there anything in my hand that's prophesized right now? I think all my prophesized stuff has been played. Oh, no, I thought that was prophesized. That would have been godlike. This is prophesized. Okay, that's really good. We're going to rune bind the commander prompt again. We're going to take 5, throwing this under the 1/1 to get it off the board. Target troop you control gets +1/+1 and tap. This card battles opposing other troop. Of course. And he's giving it to his Dorko. So I think our option is to preserve our life total now. Yeah. Okay, that happened. I expected about as much, so it's not that big of a deal. So, continue. My opponent's gonna swing. Swing with Crocosaur. Do I want to rune bind Crocosaur and save myself 7 points of damage? Or do I want to take that chip on the shoulder and kind of just be like, okay, it happened. We need to start mounting a counterattack with this rune bind. I think we'll hold on to it. I think we take the 7. My opponent's being run out of resources is what's happening, though. And we're actually in a really good spot. So here's what we'll do. We're going to use our not... what's it called? Our not Prophecy Cremate and do that. We're going to run out this guy. We're also going to run out our Flickering Gobbler. Play resource for turn. Doesn't matter what we get. And then we combat training our Flickering Gobbler. What I basically need to do is this Flickering Gobbler needs to go for the fences every turn right now. Alright, and back to my hand. So essentially, this Flickering Gobbler's gonna become exponential damage. Alright. Sure. Make you guys big stupids. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to do that there. And then we're going to continue to declare blocks and put that there. Okay. We need a lot of things here to go our way. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Flickering Gobbler. We can go 1, 2. We can go 1, 2, 3. That puts this as a... Is it too soon to be thinking about an Alpha Strike? Probably. I think I want to hold this, or do I want to do this to get the more cards and see if we can draw into something reasonable? I think, and we'll use the power. We'll exile one of our dudes. We're going at opponent's face. Except, it's going to draw us 2 cards, not use any resources. Got a Transmogrifade, which is super relevant. Resource return. How much damage is this? This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Game. We have game. Okay. Oh, no. Yes. So, 10 combat. That's 13 damage. Ooh! Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Oh. Grinding with the best of them. Okay. That was beyond rough. Alright. Confronting Ires, you guys are in because their deck is mono wild. Burning Ires, you guys are in because their deck is mono wild. Dread End, you guys are in because the deck is mono dumb stuff. We're going to drop. Transmogrifades are medium. We're not dropping them completely though. Actually, we might just go Rune Binds because the Rune Binds were really clutch. We'll leave 1 Transmogrifade. We want to get rid of 1 Lanapause Sight. Kind of helped us out. Consult the Towns was a bit expensive. Silver Town Mandate gave us Chumpers, but we don't need 2 of them. I think I'll draw 1 Arcane Focus. God. Cremate's okay, but it doesn't kill a lot of their problems. And seeing 1 less combat training isn't the end of the world. We ran that back. Oh my god. Alright, double ice hand. Definitely keep on the draw. This hand's essentially 4 resources in it. So ice on 1. Resolve. If we get a non-slow red shard, we're just gonna. Oh, we can't murder that. It's 3 health defense. End opponent's turn. Let's Sapphire Ice on 1. Stacking a resource. And we'll end. The good thing is my opponent runs their hand dry while we get to sit there for a really long time and just kind of hold so many resources. I'll take the 1. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. Opponent doesn't have anything on their turn. Do this. I kind of want to get a 4th resource. It seems super reasonable right now. And then we'll Thunderfield Seer. So let's see what our opponent does. We have a Flickering Gobbler in our opener, so that's really good. Gives us some aggressive options. I'm waiting for my opponent to play one of their ramp guys, because those are what I'm kind of afraid of. Because my opponent made it super clear that their deck didn't get dangerous till about 3. Well, it's stronger. God damn it. Okay. That's frustrating. Okay, here's how we're going to do this. We are going to say, fuck this shit. And we're going to swing for the fences at them. So we're going to hit them for 5 this turn. And our goal is going to be to put them under as quickly as humanly possible. We have Flickering Gobbler, which is really good at putting our opponents under. I don't know what our opponents have in terms of creature removal in green. I think green has a lot of make things fight things. Let's see. Something on 5. They could Crocosaur clearing these guys out. What are you? Speed Crush. When this card deals damage to your opponent, summon a random wild troop. Oh. Oh. Oh, I don't like that. I don't want to deal with that. We'll just take it. That's a lot of damage. What the fuck? At the end of your turn, random opposing group gets my... Wow! Cool. That's fucking cool. Alright, there goes a flyer. Okay, we need to do something about this. We need to dig for an answer. We found one. Our problem is we need to make it there first. Runebind's super relevant. I think we Flickering Gobbler, swing, Rune Binding, Big Stupid, and blocking something. Continue to combat. Swing. Back in our hand. We need a Rune Bind to deal with that. Sure. We can outgrind them. Command prompt. Commander prompt, really? Oh my god. That card's literally going to be the fucking death of me. Okay. How do we do this? Because we're at 13 life. If we Runbind this, block this, we're losing this guy anyway. So Runbind here. Block here. And deal our damage. We go to 6. Opponent's at 13. We're at 4 resources. How much damage is this? 5, 6, 7, 10. This doesn't kill them, and we didn't even get the resource drop to play this out. So we're just dead on all accounts. Yes, we're dead on all accounts. Yeah, we're dead. We're just dead as fuck. A turn in the other direction made a big deal there. Unlucky. It might have been better for me to Runebind the commander prompt, but the problem was we still wouldn't have drawn the resource in order to be able to dread end them there. And that was really big, because that's kind of what would have kept us into the game. Hand seems more than fine. We'll be able to consult on 3. Turn 1, Thunderfield right now. Consulting on 3, getting my 1/1, and refilling our hand after playing a lot of stuff out. We have sideboard magic in hand for when our opponent tries to go wide on us. I'm reasonably happy with this. Alright, no ice. I'm actually really down for playing this Warp Steel right now. So, move the combat and do that. Bam. Poke my opponent in the eye. On 3, we get to consult the towns for... We get the Thunderfield Seer, consult the towns for 1 on 3. It's pretty good. This is pretty good, honestly. Oh, we don't have double blue. That's unfortunate. Okay, that's fine. We're going to go for a more aggressively slanted play then. Part of me... You know, no. Except we're just gonna really go like in on our opponent at this point. So F4, attack with everything that can. That is 8 points of damage. I'm not really trying to be nice anymore. My opponent's on 3. And they scoop it up because they cannot deal with our aggressively slanted hand. And is this called plat or is this called diamond? No, this is platinum. Boys and girls, we are in platinum. Let's take a look at where we sit. We are 1 full division short of cosmic. So we still have a bit of a climb. But let's go. We are almost there. Yes! Sorry. This is actually super exciting. We're in plat already. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. We went undefeated with this deck today, which makes me really happy because I actually very much enjoy this deck. I guess with Lasgar's not in the field, you can play a much more grindy match with this. And the grindiness, Flickering Gobbler being evasive and going back to my hand. Granted, I need to use resources on it every turn, but it gets bigger with each swing, and that's so good. I'm very happy with this deck. That's why this deck was kind of my baby when I first went into Hex. So, yeah, no, that's definitely fun. The reserves did what I needed them to do. Confunding Ire was good, even though I didn't see it. I know the card's good. Burning Ire was great. Dread End, just being there was great. If I'd gotten that resource, Dread End would have been like MVP. Run binds were great. Yeah, no. So, I'm happy. We're plat, sitting there in the platinum division. Only a little bit further, and we will hit Cosmic, and our journey will be over. Tears. Alright, well, with that being said, I will see you guys next time.